welcome to Ollie's Garage. Today I'm going to be replacing the valve cover gasket of my 2003 VW Jetta TDI. Some of you might be thinking, wait a second, I didn't think you could actually replace the gasket. Well, you're correct. This gasket is actually fused into the valve cover and it's not designed to be replaced. However, since this car is now 20 years old, manufacturers have started replicating and manufacturing just this rubber gasket piece. Here's the gasket that I ordered off of the internet. These are sold on Amazon and eBay, really. Those are the main sellers. And I'll make sure to link it below. This gasket comes raveled up in this little bag right here, but this is the rubber gasket. As you can see, here are the two ends for both sides of the cam. And now we just need to put it back into our old valve cover. After 20 years, this gasket is just now leaking a lot. As you can see back here, it's all disgusting and dirty. So instead of just replacing this entire thing for $200, I'm gonna show you how to install this today. Stay tuned. And for those of you that were wondering, these are my new mechanics coveralls. I really like them. One of my buddies gave them to me, and it's nice because you can just slip into them and leave your clothes on underneath, and then they don't get dirty. So I've been trying them out, and I'm gonna use them again on this job. To remove this valve cover, we need to remove these 3 front bolts, and there's 4 in the back. We also need to remove this little crankcase breather, so we'll just undo this little hose clamp. Now we can just carefully pry up on this crankcase breather. If your grommet here is leaking, I have a video on how to replace it. It's really easy. You just basically pop it out and put in a new one. Now's a really good time to do that when you're doing this valve cover as well. Again, I have a video that I'll make sure to link below. Now we need to remove this little hose here so we have more room to work. So right here, all that you need to do is just push in on this tab right here and on the other side as well. So we're just gonna push in, and then you pull it off. Here you can get a view of this mechanism. There's 2 little tabs right here that are holding it. So if you just push in, that expands those and you pull it off. We'll just set this aside carefully. And now we can get to taking off this valve cover. All that you need is a 5mm Allen and one of these swivel heads. That really makes a difference. These front 3 screws are easy. Now it's time to take off these 4 in the back. This back bolt right there is a difficult one. That's really why we need the swivel. So we're gonna start there first. There it is. Make sure it's seated really nicely, and then you just crack it loose. One last one. Now with all the screws out, all that we have to do is knock it loose. Sometimes a rubber mallet really helps here. I'm just gonna try to do it with my hand. Oh, look at that, it's already loose. Now we're just gonna slide it up and out. Try not to get any dirt in here. With the valve cover off, we wanna make sure that no dirt gets in there. So the way we're gonna prevent that is to put a paper towel on over it carefully. That's good enough. We just don't want dust falling in there. With the valve cover off, we now have to remove these screws that hold in this little splash thing in here. And for that, you just need a T25. Now we can just take this out. Also put this somewhere where it's not going to get all dusty and dirty. Now on to the challenging part. This gasket is basically molded into this valve cover. So we have to pry this thing out and then we have to glue in this other one. The challenging thing is you don't want to damage your valve cover. This is aluminum. So if I go at it with this metal scraper right here, the steel screwdriver, it can gouge the aluminum and then it'll leak. So it's challenging. This has been described as a very tedious and painful process. I'm gonna start here a little bit carefully with my screwdriver. I've got some plastic scrapers and finally I also have some heat. First, I'm going to carefully cut out this gasket and then I'm gonna burn it off. Burn it off worked really well. I'm first just gonna cut off the majority of it so I don't have to burn all that. I've replaced the valve cover on these before, but this is my first time just trying to replace this gasket. So we're kind of learning as we're going. I got the gasket mostly cut out, and now we're just going to take care of the rest with the torch. I have my valve cover relatively clean here. I used a lot of steel wool and I just really scraped it. I carefully used a screwdriver as well and a pick. It's good enough. I also washed this entire thing with soap and water to make sure there's no grease on it. This is my gasket. I also washed this with soap and water to make sure there's no grease on it, because otherwise our gasket maker won't really work really well. This is how this gasket is going to mount in here. I've already checked to make sure everything fits perfectly. There's a couple of variations of these that were floating around on the internet where one of these little grooves in this gasket is a little too long. You have to trim it with the razor blade, but this one, everything fits perfectly. I'm just using this high torque gasket maker. This is the only one that I could get right now. With that complete, my hand is almost cramping, so that's a perfect time to put this gasket on. I'm not worried if there's some getting squeezed out to the outside, but if there's stuff on the inside, I'm going to wipe that away a little bit. I'm going to put this tray back into here. And as you can see, these bolts are diagonal, so there's only one way you can put it in. They make it easy for us. Snug, you're just holding in a plastic piece into some aluminum. Don't make it too over tight. I already wiped everything down once really well with just a paper towel, but this time I'm going to wipe it down with some alcohol. This isopropanol does a really good job getting rid of the rest of the oil. This needs to be really dry, otherwise the gasket won't seal well. And wipe these four corners extra well, because that's where we're going to put just a tiny dab of gasket maker. It is raining right now. It just started raining a little bit ago, so that's always great. That's okay. We'll work through it. Out here on the engine, we just want to put a tiny dab in this corner right here. You don't want a ton. One in the back right here. Just like that. You don't want a ton. We put that gasket maker there because that's where it's most likely to leak when that gasket is coming in contact with those two different metal pieces there. Let's put on the valve cover. If you start these by hand, you'll never cross thread them. If you cross thread it, you're in for a world of hurt. Just snug for now. Then we're gonna let the gasket maker sit for 1 hour, and then we're gonna torque it to spec. It's been an hour, now we're gonna torque these to 10 Newton meters or 7 foot-pounds. Next day here, can you tell it snowed at night? Let's finish this job up, put the cap back on. Gotta put this little grommet back in. And let's put this breather back on. We're just gonna snap it in. And then just push it into here. And finally, one last hose clamp. Just snug, nothing too tight. Here we are 1,000 miles later, and I cannot see any oil coming out anywhere from this valve cover. This little bit on the vacuum pump was there before already, but if you look deep down in there, there's no new stuff seeping out. The backside's a little harder to see, but it also looks really clean back there. Got my phone angled in here, and as you can see, yeah, it's still really clean and dry. Well, I'd say it looks like that repair was a success. Thanks for watching.